Hi, my name is Danielle. I'm a hearing researcher, and this video is about hearing privilege. Privilege means people receive particular benefits because they identify with a particular group, but where other people who belong to a different group don't have the same benefits because they identify with a different group. For example, men are privileged, white people are privileged, hearing people are privileged. Those are examples of privileged groups. People in those groups receive advantages simply because they identify with a privileged group. Privilege is the opposite of oppression. But it's important to understand that privilege is a little bit different to advantages. Privilege refers to when people have things like respect, membership or entry into spaces, access to information and services, and better pay because of their group membership. But the same things are not given to people who identify with a different group. People who identify with privileged groups can move through society without being marked as different, where other people are marked as different because they do not identify with a privileged group. Advantages refer to things that people earn. For example, skills. But people are very complex. People can belong to oppressed groups and privileged groups at the same time. For example, I'm a white, heterosexual, non-disabled woman. Privilege is about how systems oppress and privilege people. Systems refer to things like schools, workplaces, welfare, religion, sports clubs, or media. We need to think about how we change systems, how actions support or challenge a system. Privilege occurs through paths of least resistance. For example, when someone tells a racist joke. A racist joke is about a person's different culture or skin. Paths of least resistance is when a person tells a racist joke and you laugh because you want to avoid resistance. Instead, we should choose paths of greater resistance to challenge behaviours of oppression. For example, we choose not to laugh at a racist joke. But depending on the action, the level of resistance we experience might be a little bit or a lot. For example, looks of disapproval from friends, or loss of employment, or physical violence. Hearing people in particular need to be mindful of systems and how our inactions allow systems to continue to oppress deaf people. Hearing people should think about how society is designed around hearing people and how it could be set up for deaf people. For example, hearing people should be asking for public and private spaces to have visual alarms as standard. TV news and live broadcasts should always be interpreted. Auslan, as an Australian community language, should be taught as LOTE subject in schools. Airplane safety videos should be available in Auslan. Emergency services should be accessible in Auslan 24/7. Hospitals should be accessible via Auslan 24/7. Thank you for the opportunity to explain about hearing privilege. I hope this is an interesting discussion and this encourages more hearing people to be aware of their own privilege and become deaf allies.